Good day, everyone. You got Scott and Chris here with Head to Head. Hope you guys are having a nice day so far. How you making out, Mr. Jackson?
They're doing well. Apparently, we just picked up some new spots, new dings, new hits, whatever, out in Texas.
Texas is not around the world, though. I thought, what about India and China?
Hey, brother, you're the one tracking all that. I can just see what's going on, man.
And
I like
the North Pole, brother.
Well, Santa Claus is listening to us too, brother. He got some off. He's got some time off now.
He's a trooper.
Yeah, him and Mrs. Claus are probably sitting around the fire with Rudolph and
listening to Head to Head.
Listen to Head to Head, brother.
Okay.
So if I can do one thing real quick, I'd like to tell Mrs. Claus to, take a little break, go in, get a fresh up, and go help out the jolly man. Man, he did some work this last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Take care of your old man.
Oh,
and that's for all the women. Listen, you got to take care of your old man.
Oh man.
I'm
telling you.
So what's going on with you today, Scott?
Not much, man. I think we got Mr. Parker coming on today. Is that correct?
Yeah, Mr. Park. He's coming on here pretty momentarily. We'll get into kind of a conversation about him. But right now, I feel like we're in Studio J right now. I feel like a rap artist, man, or some kind of a pop star with the headphones on, the mics now,
all the new equipment.
No, man, I feel like now I could go and buy like clothes. And like a fancy car or something.
Well, you don't need that, brother. Stick with the Ford, the '92 Ford. She's treating you well.
Well, she's a vintage.
Yeah, man.
She's vintage, brother.
You don't throw the wife away just because the wife got new clothes.
No.
You made that mistake.
No, I did.
Right.
No, I did.
I guess that's why we're both on our second, then, huh?
Correct.
All right.
You learn from your mistakes, I guess.
Hey, as long as you learn from it,
No, it was a good mistake.
No, we appreciate it. We just want to do a little plug, though. Head2headpodcast.com is our website. Phone number to reach out to us. Text us, call us, 267-684-5501. And we are running a YouTube and Instagram TV live broadcast on February 2nd. So we're giving away a $50 Amazon gift card. Feel free to go on our YouTube and subscribe. Of course, if you go to our website, you can go directly through to any of our social media, including the YouTube, and you'll be able to subscribe. Anybody that subscribes, we get a list, and we'll be able to pick from that list. So hope you're a winner, and we hope that you're on the live broadcast so you can see yourself win that $50 gift card.
You're selfish. You're selfish, brother. You threw a plug for your own purposes.
My purposes? This was a plug.
I know. Well, nobody wants to hear a plug.
All right. Well, listen,
That's selfish, though.
I'm doing what I have to do so that the listeners can be happy.
Okay. Well, no, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And you can always subscribe to my channel, too.
Oh,
Christology.
Yeah,
we had a conversation about that before. I'm getting that off the ground, too. So, yeah, but we'll be right back here with Sam. He's going to come on, talk about how to network using social media, and things of that nature. All positive things here, obviously, on Head to Head. We invite you, again, to reach out to us either via social media or give us a call. Call us in. Come alive on us. Give us some conversation. Tell us that we're jerk-offs or whatever it might be. But we're interested in having that conversation.
So stand by, folks. Hey, Head-to-Head listeners, just a heads up. Go to our webpage or visit our sponsor, www.everythinggoesaway.com. EJ Transport provides junk removal, hauling, moving, clean-outs throughout the eastern region of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York, Delaware. So reach out to them. That's www.everythinggoesaway.com. And we'll look forward to hopefully hearing some good feedback from what they're doing for you. Remember, they're veteran-owned, so take care of them.
Good afternoon. This is Chris with Head to Head. Is this Mr. Sam Lark?
Hey, Mr. Lark, you there, sir?
Sorry, it cut out. Sorry, I got kicked out of the room that I scheduled, so I had to adapt, as we often have to in our community. I'm hoping that I can get away from all this noise.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
About that.
We like to go roll, so you can go ahead and do whatever you got to do on your end, and we'll just play through here.
Awesome.
As long as you can hear us okay.
I can hear you perfectly now. I just got up the elevator.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm actually hopefully now in a better place where all that background noise isn't going to be in the...
No, you're fine. And listen, don't get out of breath. We don't want to start off the interview you huffing and puffing,
I just need to get in better shape.
Hey, we all do, No matter how good you think you are, you got to get a little better.
This is true.
So, Mr. Lark, we appreciate you, stopping by on our show. We're going to give our listeners some good information, some good knowledge, and obviously some fantastic resources. But I don't know if you've checked out our website lately, but we're hitting not only the United States, but we're international now with our military folks taking us overseas to Germany, Kuwait, India, Scotland. We've got hits out in Canada.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
I did see that. I know I'm talking to Chris now, but I thought I heard somebody in the background.
Yeah, that's Scott.
That's Mr. Scott Jellyman. That's me, sir.
Hey, Scott. It's nice to meet you.
You as well, sir. I'm glad you're on the show today. Let me know when you're settled in. We'll get started.
I'm all settled in.
All right, good to go. So what we came to find out is that you are a motivational speaker, and you kind of base a lot of your stuff off of using social media in a positive way to connect with people and to personally better yourself. How did you get involved in doing that, and how did that start off?
Well, I got involved, first of all, with just motivational speaking at 10 years old. I had my first speaking engagement in my church I grew up with, just speaking on a different theme, and then from there, I just loved it. I love being in front of people. It's funny. You can tell me, stand up in this small little gathering with your wife and dance with her in front of 10 people. I'd be like, nah, I'm good. But if you give me a microphone, put me in a stadium, a football stadium filled with people, I'll say, how long do I have to talk?
Absolutely.
I just love public speaking. So I got into my actual platform by just needing a job. You know, I did what people said to do to be successful. I went to school. I got good grades. I graduated from Temple University with my degree in chemistry. I thought I was good. I actually worked in my field for a couple years. But then I found myself chasing love. My wife, the veteran of the Air Force, Michaela, I went to Florida to be with her, and I found myself out of work. Even with all my education, struggling to find something. But thankfully, through just trying some things that were different and new to me, I used social media to build my personal brand, connections, and that led me to getting hired twice. So I tell other people the same tips and tricks that I've done, and even what I'm coming up with, because it's always evolving, because I want them to have hope. I felt frustrated and hopeless. I don't know if anybody else can, relate.
Sure,
when
absolutely.
You're going through that job search and you're either getting rejection letters or not even hearing anything after you've taken 30 to maybe an hour to fill out a job application. It's ridiculous how much information they ask, even though it's all on your resume. But anyhow, that's a whole other conversation.
No, well, what I got from all of that in the beginning, and I kind of relate to you on this, is that when you graduated Temple, you went out in the workforce, you graduated, you got a job, you had success in your mind, and you know what it took to get through and become successful. So you were able to take that and now develop it into other individuals. And I think that's where a lot of experts in life in general come from, is that they've experienced it, they've been through it, they've had the hard times, they've struggled, they had to figure it out, and now they've had the success and they want to bring others to that level, so to speak. Am I correct in saying that?
Exactly. Definitely.
Sometimes you got to take Rocky Balboa from the street corner and put him in the ring and make him fight, and then make him a champion.
You're talking my talk now.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well, you got to look back to one of our old episodes and listen to U.S. of Rocky. You'll love that one. So what? So you lived in Philly. I'm from Philadelphia originally, Port Richmond. That's where I was born, and then moved up just north of there a little later. But I was born there. I lived there for 10 years, and I still visit there frequently. So how about you?
So I grew up in West Oak Lane.
Okay.
For a couple of years of life, and then thankfully my parents, they was a successful, middle class family that you hear about. Put their dimes together, worked hard to take, my sisters and I, and get our first house in Mount Airy.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
I didn't leave there until about 29 when I, met my wife.
Okay.
Or no, I didn't meet her. I've known her since I was 5. That's another story. But I went after her at 29.
That's right. You pursued your goals in life. You said, this is it.
Exactly.
I gotcha. And you said she was in the Air Force, so we thank her very much for her service. And in your service as well, because we know you got to follow her around wherever she goes.
Thank you. My pleasure.
So to do this for me, tell me a little bit about what you're bringing to the table today, what your mission is, any projects you're working on.
Sure. So my whole goal and what I do is I just tell people how they can use social media to build two things: their personal brand and relationships, to get to the point where they transition from being a job seeker to being sought after.
Okay.
And I say it that way because we hear a lot of people say, it's not what you know or who you know, but it's who knows you when it comes to getting hired.
I like that.
A lot of people get hired through internal referrals.
Right.
So in order for people to get to know you, social media can be that conduit. You can start to talk about who you are. Now, interjecting here, got to put the caveat, it's not about talking about your skills and what you bring to the table. That's your resume, right? People need to know that you're, quite frankly, not an asshole.
Right, right. Yeah, I like that. No, that's...
enjoy working with you. Well, how do they figure that out? Not from your resume, not from your cover letter, and sure, frankly, not from that short on-site interview. Your social media is the way that you can let your voice out.
Right.
Especially for our military community, where we face so many stereotypes, whether you're a military spouse or a veteran. People in the civilian world, unfortunately, succumb to so many things that they hear about the military community rather than really getting to know each and every one of us. Well, we can take the power in our own hands by showing our story, telling our story, using social media to talk about who we are, what we believe, the dreams we have, the passions, what drives us. That way, no one can tell the story, but they have to see you the way that you portray yourself.
Understood.
And then the second part of that is building your relationships, interacting with people. The reason why I'm on this show, because we connected on LinkedIn.
Yes,
we're interacting. And it's continuing to just build up that network, because you never know when you're going to need it. Even if you have a job, you never know what's going to be down the line a year from now, even next week.
Correct.
The economy is not, the quote-unquote job security is an oxymoronic word. It doesn't exist.
Very true, sir.
Right? So in order to actually have career security, is what I like to call it, you want to build your network to the point where if at a moment's notice you need to get a referral from anyone because you get laid off, you've already built up your network and you've maintained it over time, that people don't mind reaching out for you on your behalf because you've already added value and you continue to stay in touch.
Right.
In a nutshell, that's what I'm bringing to the table for people.
Now,
well, Sam, the thing is that we have a lot of resources and different people that have come on our show in the past and done our own research when it comes to transitioning out of military, where you might have been some kind of everybody in the military is kind of bred on leadership and have their own leadership skills, but some actually hold leadership titles and supervisory roles. And so what we found is that when a military veteran, whether they did 4 years active or they spent 20 plus years and now they're going out to the civilian world, what happens is they have this expectation of coming out to the corporate America and kind of getting a job and then they can move on with their life and put military as a chapter of life. But what we found is that it's not that easy. Military people are looked at as a certain way, and then sometimes and most times it takes a few jobs, and that's the word, jobs, not careers, before that military individual says, you know what, I just need to keep this job for my life, and I can't keep bouncing around. And a lot of times these employers will just stick a veteran into a role that maybe they're underqualified or just frankly not fit for. So kind of with what you're doing, it's kind of, would it be a good thing to say that we could start getting our current servicemen and women to start proactively networking now, so when they do go to transition, they already have that base?
Yes, definitely. And you bring up a very valid point. In the military, there is this fear or a down looking on for the word networking, right? Although it's done all the time. Whether you are on a certain project or you have a certain task, you have to get it done by any means necessary. So whether you have all the resources you need, no matter what, at the end of the day, you got to get it done. So whoever you got to bring in to get it done, you do it. Is
right.
that a fair statement?
No, I 100% agree.
Right. So now, on the same side, when you go into the civilian world, it's the same thing. But when we look at networking, we don't look at it as what I just described. We see networking as people in this room, stuffy suits, handing out business cards, not even listening listening to the other person, but just waiting to just push their card in their face and what they're, doing and pitching their, service.
Yeah, hire me. This is me, right?
Exactly. That's the traditional way of networking. But the networking that really needs to happen is exactly what you all were talking about, building community. It's about connecting with people, getting to learn them, allowing them to learn you, and also seeing what you can do for them. See, one of the things that I love about Zig Ziglar, he was a well-known public speaker that passed. He said this, that I try to take to everything that I do on a daily basis. He said, you can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. So by putting other people first, it's just been amazing that what I've seen happen in my life. So by networking in that mindset, like, what can I do for that person? Rather than thinking, what can that person do for me? Because ultimately, the law of reciprocity, sowing and reaping, it will come to pass in our lives. So if you just keep doing good, you'll find yourself reaping back.
Agreed.
So networking is all about doing for the other person and building relationships, genuine relationships. So going back,
I was just going to say, I think there's a hesitation just as a human being for rejection. To be very honest with you, I do a lot of this stuff where I reach out to a lot of individuals like yourself, not because I'm pointing and clicking, but mostly because I find someone like yourself, I research a little bit about you and how you can, whatever. And then there's a lot of legwork that comes into it. Sometimes there's people out there that just don't want to do the legwork, and that I can understand. But mostly, like in the very beginning when I started doing this, Sam, the fear of rejection kind of hit me. But then I said to myself, well, I don't have anything to lose, right? I'm trying to do something positive. I'm trying to get some information out there. Worst that can happen is an individual will say no or just not respond. The best part is that I get Sam Lark on my podcast eventually, and he comes in and he gives me some resources, gives me some knowledge. As much as my listeners are learning and doing things, me and Scott are also learning from individuals like yourself and how to better our day-to-day and obviously network for other individuals. So it's just a part about that hesitation of being rejected, I think, is just human nature. You don't want to be rejected by the girl, right? You don't want the girl to reject you. You don't want your employee to reject you. You don't want to say, you don't want to get you're not qualified. It's just that rejection thing I think people need to kind of overcome when it comes to the networking aspect of business. And
I'd like to take 3 steps back, if you don't mind, just on that social media side, if you don't mind. So we kind of spoke earlier about building your social media. I'm going to call it like it is, and Sam, I'm sure you've seen it as well. There's booty pictures on social media. There's shirtless pictures on social media. Whatever it may be that's out there right now. If you're trying to build your relationship and do this, I just want to, I'm guessing 100% that we all need to make ourselves aware that we can show our hobbies, we can show our family, but we need to not watch that promiscuous side because of how it may be judged. Now, you may get hired because of that, depending on the industry that you're going into.
That's true. But yeah, you definitely want to showcase your personality. But at the end of the day, I like to say everything need not be on social media.
Right.
I don't need to know what you are eating every minute of the day. Now, mind you, I post some pics of, different unique food items that, my wife and I enjoyed while we were in New Orleans. Sure, no problem. But certain things just don't need to be. I mean, it depends upon what you're looking to gain. Like you were saying, Scott, depending upon what industry, you may want to post those promiscuous things, but everything that you do has a consequence. So every time that I'm about to post something, I ask myself some questions. 1, will this skew the view of me from whatever company or future potential business partner or even colleagues? 2, is this in line with the personal brand that I'm looking to build? And then 3, is this something that's going to be controversial? Like, is it political, religious, something that can go totally off, left field? And if I can, answer those 3 questions with an, affirmative, like, hey, these are going to be good, then I go ahead and I post.
Sam, what would you think? Someone starting out. Where would someone start? Do they go to a LinkedIn? Obviously, that's a professional page, or do they go to a Facebook, or do they go to Twitter, or where would you begin to explain to someone who knows little to nothing about networking on social media?
And what social medias would be relevant? I mean, Snapchat, I would say no, right?
The last part didn't come through clear.
So Chris was asking which social media should they start with, and I was saying, and Snapchat is probably out of the question at this point.
It depends. It depends. Honestly, I've seen a very notable marketer talk about how Snapchat can actually be used for business relationships.
Really?
Yeah. That's a whole other topic, and I don't even use Snapchat. There's so many social media platforms out there, it's really challenging. It's almost as if you just have to try, right? You just have to experience it. For me, in my experience, I use 4 total, but the number 1 for me is LinkedIn.
Okay.
LinkedIn for me has just been the best way to connect with people, to engage, and also to get visibility for myself. So LinkedIn allows you, of course, as we all know, you can have your profile. So that's kind of like, if you think of it being a business, that's like your website. You know, that's where people go to get all your credentials and, see what services you provide and see if they can really trust you. But in order to get the traffic there, the content creation needs to be there.
Right.
It's like having a website, but no one knows about your website unless you are maybe active on other mediums, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, or a radio show or flyers, something that you need to be able to get people to get to where you have all the information about you. So I would say, to answer the question, definitely LinkedIn would be my suggestion. But then you can also play around with the other pages. I use Twitter to just have conversations. For instance, I'll reach out to someone on LinkedIn and say, hey, I would love to connect, and this is why, and this is how I came across your page. Always like to personalize my connection request. But if this could be a very high-profile individual, someone that has maybe 100,000 followers, they could possibly be pretty busy. So if they have a Twitter account, sometimes they'll put that on their LinkedIn profile. I'll go to Twitter, and I'll send them a tweet. And I'll say, hey, I just sent you a LinkedIn connection request. I look forward to connecting, and I'll attach my digital business card. That little step right there has caused me to get so many more connection requests answered than just sending a blanket, connection request.
Right.
Of course, with my personalized message, but these other platforms can be used to complement each other.
Okay. And tell me, can we get a success story from you? I mean, we know your success story. You're doing great, but tell us about your favorite person you helped out. Let us know a little bit. So, and then we're gonna ask you how people can find you, because we want to make sure that success story is followed with others attempting to get that same success and knowledge from you.
Sure. There was a young lady. Her name escapes me for right now, but it took her a while to find a job. Now, I would just give her just a lot of the same tips and, ideas that I'm sharing with you all now. And she would, of course, do some, but some that, she didn't really feel comfortable with. But more so anything, I was just more of an encouragement. Because I do know, I know, I talked about it earlier. It sucks when you're trying to, job search, especially when you have nothing and bills are still coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of hard to stay in the mind frame to keep going, to keep applying to these jobs that, you're not getting any callbacks, you're not getting any, responses. So I was just that every now and then, just that encourager. She would comment on my content and, just appreciate what message I was putting out there. And finally, she came to me and let me know that she did get hired. So maybe it wasn't necessarily exactly something that I did or said that actually got her the job, but I think it was something that did help her stay in the mind frame to keep being persistent. Sharing my story, sharing what I went through, sharing, how I felt while I was going through it. It just helped her on.
Yeah, and it's a good point, because if you're constantly proactive, even if you have a job now, like you said it earlier, and we all know it's nothing's guaranteed in life, right? Except for when your number's called at the end of it, that's about the only thing that's guaranteed. So
That is true.
and there's you're not going to escape that phone call or whatever. So moving forward, you should always be proactive in networking and figuring out other avenues, because there's always there could always be an opportunity that you will miss out on if you're content and complacent with your current situation. So as it relates to our current servicemen and women, what I'm taking out of this conversation really is to have those individuals, whether they're signed up for 4 years and they say, okay, I'm going to do my 4 years and I'm getting out of here and I'm going back home, or if they're 20 plus years into it and they know that their time's coming up where it's time to get out, start to be proactive about networking now so you can avoid any kind of headaches down the road. It just gives you a leg up.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that, man. I mean, that's just you doing it now pays off later.
Yeah. So Sam, what kind of projects, what kind of things you got coming up in 2019 that if someone was looking out, and maybe they're in that area or they wanted to come find you or listen to you speak, where is this happening at?
Well, for 2019, I'm definitely increasing, my availability to actually do more speaking engagements, along with my wife and I. We are planning to write our book.
Nice.
Pretty much sharing our story of how, our love story and how we came together. Real quick interjection, I'm going to take you back a couple of years. Have either one of you gentlemen seen the movie Love and Basketball?
Yes.
Oh, years ago. Like, when did that come out? The 1999, 2000? When did that come out?
That is what we say is our love story. That's our movie without the basketball.
Okay.
There you go.
Childhood sweethearts growing up, best friends, got separated, but then came back together. And then after that, our journey, our struggle, through just career advancements and what she went through to get to where she is and what I've gone through, and just sharing that, story. So we're working on putting that, information out together in addition to, different speaking engagements.
And when you have a time frame for that book?
Not yet.
Okay.
We are still brainstorming. We're in the midst. Actually, just last year, my wife has actually just left her corporate job to start her own public speaking and image coaching business.
Oh, very nice.
I like that.
Super excited about that. Yeah, Michaela Image Coaching.
You think?
She goes by on
Plug it away, man. Let's hear about it. Does she have a website? Plug it away.
Well, actually, she's just on the social media right now. You can find her by Michaela, Mikala, Lark, Lark, like happy like a lark, like the bird.
Okay.
And myself as well, Sam P Lark Jr., just on all social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn, of course.
So Sam, are you guys back in the Philadelphia area?
No, we're actually in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
So who's your team then? Do you watch sports at all?
Because I was going to ask you about your Eagles if you're being a Philadelphia native.
Well, meaning, I think Scott said he's from Philly.
Correct.
If this is Chris, are you from Philly?
No, I lived in Philly for a number of years. I did some civic duty jobs down there as well. But no, originally I'm from Newport News, Virginia.
Okay. Well, being that I am from Philly, the Eagles are, my team. Thankfully they won that game the other day, and hopefully next week.
There you go.
We'll see where we go. So yeah.
Well, we do sports picks every Friday. I don't know if you had saw that. We got a scout that comes on, and he's pretty good with his numbers. So hopefully he still picks the right teams going forward, and everybody can win their money.
Hopefully.
So very good, very good. Well, I appreciate that. We did come across something interesting, and I kind of wanted to touch on this. Scott pulled up that you had put out there some about your 3 favorite movies, and I'm always interested in 3 favorite movies only because I love movies and music about as equal. So we saw that you had some picks up there for your movies, and could you explain that and kind of how it resonates with what you're doing?
Do you remember what you wrote, or you need me to read it back to you? Because I forget things.
No problem. So definitely maybe a little out of order, but Indiana Jones.
Yeah, okay. There it is.
Because, watching Harrison Ford doing all these different adventures, I always wanted to travel. I always wanted to, escape where I currently was. There was more to the world. And unfortunately, where I grew up in Philly, a lot of the people I grew up with, they stayed there.
Right.
They didn't allow themselves to, branch out and explore more. So definitely Indiana Jones and all the different movies in that series. Of course, Rocky, right?
Right.
Being the underdog, fighting back, coming against all odds, people saying, you can't win. But he always found a way. just having that persistence and always going against the odds. The odds weren't, with me to, be a man of color and even a military spouse to accomplish what I've accomplished at this point. So I'm already, going against the quote-unquote statistics. So I can keep that in my mind, the forefront, in any endeavor that I go into, that I'm just going to beat the odds. I'm going to be the underdog, but I'm going to come on the top, just like the Eagles.
No. Nicky Six, Nick Foles keeps on rolling. Nick Foles rolls. That's what's going on, and that's the irony of it is, as much as they're going to win here in the postseason and they move forward through the playoffs, it is actually a loss for Carson Wentz fans, only because now there's going to be a real serious conversation about who they're going to keep moving forward. And it's very hard to justify getting rid of a Super Bowl MVP, first winning quarterback, who's still in his 20s. I believe he's 29 years old, and justifying getting rid of that guy, an individual like that who's still he's still in it. He's still winning. He won the 3 games the end of the year to get him into the dance, and he did, regardless of how it happened, they did go into Soldier Field in Chicago and took care of the number 3 defense in all of football.
Let's just say they went into the field and they came out a winner. We'll just leave the rest to the wind.
Well, the double dink.
I'm telling you, man. Everybody on the East Coast was blowing the air, trying to get that ball to move. So it worked. I guess it worked. So you ever get back to the Philadelphia area often, or you just kind of hanging out down in the warmer weather?
Every now and then.
Okay.
We get a chance to come back home because both of our families are in Philly.
Okay. Yeah. But you're not missing anything.
We get a chance to visit. What did you say, Scott?
I said you're not missing anything, though.
It's cold weather.
It's cold and rainy. It's typical.
Well, funny thing is, it's been a little cold and rainy here too.
Oh, that's all right. Not as cold though.
Texas, it should be nice weather, but
that's right.
As Texas is, you can have all 4 seasons here.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of listeners out in your areas. The last couple of days, we get notified different hits and things, and Texas is starting to really light up on our scorecard, we'll say. So again, you're going to be having a lot of listeners here in the next day or so in your area. So hopefully that helps out with your endeavors and your mission.
Well, I appreciate that. I look forward to it.
Absolutely.
Well, Mr. Lark, we appreciate you being on the show today. Great insight. I think it was fantastic. And we're going to post so all our listeners know, we're going to post your links to your social media on our social media so they can get over to you. And if they need to contact you, they can do so. And then this episode will be pushed out as well. So they'll have that to listen to and find out what you're all about.
Awesome. I appreciate that, gentlemen. I'll definitely stay in touch and I'll get you those links.
Yes, sir. God bless. You have a great day.
Take care of yourself, sir. Thank you.
You too, Chris, and you too, Scott. Take care.
Take care.
Take care. So that was Sam Lark. Fantastic individual, very humble and down to earth.
Very knowledgeable.
Very knowledgeable in the situation. He took a little bit of nothing and he made something out of it.
Well, he had a lot of something. Yeah, the degree, the work, the background, and he said, "I just need to share this," basically.
Yeah, but he went from having all that, and then he did a real good solid in life, and he gave it all up. It's like that Tim McGraw song. I don't know if you remember that Tim McGraw song. Do anything you want that you wanted me to do. That's great.
I was thinking Toby Keith. I'm not as good as I once was, but that's another
conversation.
That doesn't really,
No, that's a different.
That doesn't really play into this.
Nah, that's a different conversation.
Tim McGraw just had a good hat and a good wife, right?
He was a fantastic wife.
Are they still married?
Yeah, I hope so.
Don't
let that one go.
No, that's a win.
Yeah, you don't let that one go.
Is it Faith Hill, right?
Yeah, you grab the hold of that and you just do what you do.
Everybody will be chasing it.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
What's his name? Blake Shelton will leave Gwen Stefani. Go for Faith Hill.
That's a good toss-up.
Actually, let's talk about that right now. So I'm going to be honest. I told you this story. Since whatever it was, 93, 95, 97, whenever she came out, I've been a huge fan of her music, right? Back in the day, I'm talking when I was a skater kid.
Her music?
Back in the day when I was a skater kid,
They really didn't have good music.
I'm trying to hold on to my man card when I tell you the story, so you got to bear with me through the whole story.
All right, let's do it.
So, I think she's gotten much more attractive with age, and I don't think anybody will disagree with that.
She's fine like wine, brother.
Yeah, she's doing okay. So, and I told you this. So I told my wife this story, and she's a sweetheart, and I love my wife. But I would never want to listen to Gwen Stefani's music today.
No.
And I told you this before. She had bought me...
I don't know why you would want to listen to it back in your skater days.
Because, man, everybody...
No.
I'm just a girl in the world, living in the spider web, whatever it was. But anyway...
No, you don't listen to that.
No, nobody... I haven't heard that song in about 20 years. But about 5 years ago, since I told the missus this, she had bought me tickets to Gwen Stefani for my birthday.
Okay.
And I didn't go.
Was it backstage, actually meet and greet?
If it was, I would have went.
Because that's a conversation.
But can I be honest with you? So she went, which I think she took her friend, which is all right. You know, no big deal. And they said it was horrible.
Of course.
Now,
of course it's horrible. You kidding me?
So just because you're pretty doesn't mean you have talent. Maybe you can sing. Maybe you can't sing. Maybe you can rap. I don't know what she did. Because she did that banana song, right?
Well, that's what
once you have to. Well, here we go. Ready? Once you have to make a banana song, you're done.
Or you're a winner. Because then that just says that you can do whatever you want and people buy it up.
But which direction did that go?
It went a lot of directions. I'll tell you what direction it did go. In her back pocket.
Well, she got Blake Shelton now.
Well, yeah, she got Sugar Daddy now.
Yeah, well, she's got a real dude.
He don't even make music anymore.
No.
He just shows up with her.
He just makes love.
Well, he just shows up with
love now.
Well, he just shows up with her and he wins. And you're like, oh, that's Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
He still has credibility. Meanwhile,
Gavin Rossdale, her husband.
Who's that?
That's the lead singer of Bush, Gavin Rossdale.
Yeah, no, but who?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? I think he cheated on her.
Yeah, probably.
He must have been blind. He must have been losing his vision or something and was like, nah, she don't look the same. Cause
I don't know what happened to him, man. He's with Spice Girl now.
Who is?
Victoria Beckham.
Well, I thought she was with David Beckham.
Oh, that's right. So I got the two mixed up. That's how much I'm out of it.
Because all British guys look alike? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm not saying
all
that.
British guys look alike.
No, because I just found out I'm British, brother. I just found out 63% British and Accessory.com, brother.
Right.
English, UK, Wales. I don't know if that's British, but we're going to just go ahead and say it's British.
Well, you know what I really appreciate on your Ancestry.com? I appreciate that you're Scottish, Irish, British, and then it says North Carolina.
Correct.
Like, all around win, brother. And you know I love the Carolinas. All around win.
Yeah, we call that North Carolina. The South Carolina, North Carolina.
Right.
I'm from North Carolina.
Well, that must be the good old boys.
That's the good old boys talk.
They call it the Kakalakis.
Yeah, that's the good old boys sitting around with some moonshine and NASCAR.
Okay.
Yeah, that's down in North Carolina.
All right.
NASCAR, North Carolina. Same difference.
You remember when we bought those moonshines? The
cherries?
The cherry, what are they called? Marietta cherries?
Delicious.
Yeah, I still haven't finished those, man.
They're on top of my microwave right now. I look at them every day.
Can I tell?
I say high five to them and I walk away.
Can I just tell you the disappointment level? Because let's be honest, everybody loves those cherries. You eat them,
yeah,
and you just eat them like candy.
Of course.
Put the moonshine in them. Of course. And I thought I was gonna have the taste of the cherries.
No.
The moonshine, so I can get drunk a little bit.
It's like.
That's too much moonshine.
Well, it's like the only thing the cherry does in that moonshine is give you the it's almost like chewing whiskey or chewing moonshine.
Yeah. Which is basically ethanol for the cars. Ethanol?
Right.
What is it called?
Yeah, the longer sister.
Gasoline?
Yeah, the gasoline. So.
That was a good interview. Sam, thank you so much for coming on today. We appreciate it. We'll put all your stuff out so everybody can hear you. But we just want to say to our listeners, thank you guys from all around the world for listening to us. Send us your feedback. Keep sending us your feedback. We're seeing your posts on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. We're seeing them. We're seeing the likes on YouTube, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, and again, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be bringing new content to it pretty much daily now. You will be seeing our ugly faces here.
It's already there.
And a couple, well, you'll see more of us in a live roundtable we're going to be doing here pretty shortly. But for all those that are looking to come on our show, you're more than welcome to call in as we do our broadcast. You can find our schedule on our webpage at www.head2headpodcast.com. Our schedule's there, so feel free to look at it, and then you're more than welcome to call in. We will take calls and have a conversation with you on air. And for those that are looking to come on our show as a guest speaker so we can showcase your projects, your missions, feel free to either reach out to us on LinkedIn at Head to Head Podcast. You can find us on LinkedIn, or you can go right to our webpage and then fill out an email. It'll come right to us, and we can start that conversation soon after.
Yeah, we want to have you guys on. We were looking to spread the word on different missions and different projects that individuals are doing. So, success after service is huge with us, so we want to hear it. We want to keep the positive vibe going forward and positive message that when you get out of the military or you're done with your law enforcement career or whatever other service career you're in, that there is something that you can do for yourself, your family, and have a positive impact.
Or even at this point, if you're, we'll call them civilians, right? So if you're in the civilian world, always been in the civilian world, haven't done law enforcement, have military experience, but you went through corporate world and you're just trying to find that edge. You're trying to just find that niche. You're trying to find a company that actually values you as an individual. Just keep grinding away, networking. I mean, this all holds true whether, again, you're in law enforcement, you're in military, or you're Joe and you're just trying to get through life and pay your bills. It's all about the grind, and keep the hustle. Try to stay motivated, try to stay positive, and find some outlets. So find some outlets to do some other things outside of work that keeps your morale up.
Perfect, man. Yeah, I think that says it all.
Yeah, so until next time, everybody be safe, stay warm, and take care of yourself. This is Chris.
And this is Scott.
This is Head to Head. Take care of yourselves.